Okay, we're going to continue with the weekly All Signs love readings. So we're up to Capricorn. I just panicked because we were watching Alan and Amanda renovating houses in Greece. And I got right into it, and I was just asking for Mum and Dad to put another episode on. And I was like, oh, I'm meant to be online. So let's get the card for Capricorn. I'm ready for a nice bit of tarot. I think I need a bit of sage tonight. It's very windy tonight. It's like gale force winds. Nice. Okay. So we've got the new Whispers of Why Oracle deck. Really enjoying that. We've got Karmic Lessons, really enjoying that. Last week using the Viking Runic Tarot deck. And then we're going to go on to Starbright's Tarot. Let's have a few shuffles. It's terrible at the moment. I can't stop snoozing. I just don't want to get up out of bed. Apparently on Monday, it was Blue Monday, wasn't it? So it's the 3rd Monday in January. It's meant to be the most depressing day of the whole year. I can believe it because the kids were awful on Monday. Tuesday, the opposite, completely back to normal. Today, I just seem to have had a few hiccups, but like an easy day again, so relatively easy. But I can't wait for my bed. I can't wait for bed. Hi, welcome in. No, I don't watch anime. Spirit guides, the universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Capricorn's highest good. How is Capricorn feeling in this 3rd week of January 2026 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Capricorn's feeling, please. Yeah, I can't wait for spring. I don't mind like February because I feel like it's crisper, but it's just very like gloomy at the moment. Not enough light levels. There's not enough light. I need it to be lighter in the morning and lighter for a bit longer in the evening because the days just feel so short. Okay, Capricorn, you've got the 7 of Wands upright, the Page of Pentacles upright, and the Knight of Cups upright. Oh, that's good. Capricorn's present. 7 of Wands is a sense of competition, rivalry, you know, like I've got what it takes. I stand out from the crowd, like I believe I've got this. So it's a bit like when you go for a promotion in work and a few other team members are going for it and you're like, well, I've got as good a chance as anyone, if not better. Okay, so it's very competitive. Look at him. He believes he's got what it takes. Page of Pentacles is someone who's looking to invest, not sure who to invest in, but looking. Okay, so I think you're feeling good, looking great, excited for new, you know, ready to date. And then we've got the Knight of Cups. What a nice combination. I don't think I've ever had this. So the Knight of Cups is someone who's in active pursuit. So you've looked and now you've found someone that you'd like to invest in. So you could have your eye on someone and think, do you know what? I really like what this person's about. The Knight of Cups is a very romantic energy. So it's not to do with sex. It's not even yet thinking about a practical plan or commitment. It's just, I really like what this person is about. You have my heart. I feel like I could fall for you. You know, it's very, very nice. Lovely energy to be in. What a great combination. Fantastic. So that's how you're feeling. Let's get a couple more for you. Oh. Wow. Okay. So we've got the Six of Cups upright. Capricorn, you've got such a good reading today. So the Six of Cups is nostalgia. The cups are full of flowers. They're completely blooming because there's plenty of water in each cup. Each cup represents 1 year or multiple years together. You know, it's a cup, it's a card of nostalgia, memories, happy times. Really, really nice. Soulmate energy. Okay, so you could be in a very, you could have met someone, you're dating, and you see them as already a soulmate, someone to invest in long term, because you see them as high value and you believe that it just works, it just flows. It's like you've known them before, you know, you're just like the best of friends, but you're also lovers as well. I really like this for you. Let's get one more. Mukesh, I don't answer questions in lives. If you want a personal reading, they're £18. Otherwise, you might want to pop into another channel that's doing a live Q&A, like a question and answer session. But you normally have to pay like £10 per question. Or you can watch my channel, but you need to watch your sign and also watch the sign of your person because they're collective readings and you need to follow the long-term narrative to understand like what is going on at the moment because it changes week by week. We've got the Nine of Wands upright. We've got the Sun upright. The Three of Swords, oh dear, upright. The Empress reversed. The Tower. What is going on here? It was so positive. What on earth? No, no, no. You know what it looks like to me? A Tower moment is major change and there's no getting around it, okay? We're at the behest of this dragon. The landscape of your life is about to change if it hasn't done already, Capricorn. Now, We've got a card of serious heartbreak with the Three of Swords. There's 3 swords in the back. And we're about to get an axe as well. So that is complete and utter heartbreak. The Empress reversed is... I mean, the Empress, when she's upright, is the ultimate nurturer. She's the ultimate creator, provider. She's pregnant with ideas, pregnant with possibilities. She can be literally pregnant. You can be male or female and be an Empress, okay? It just means that you have the qualities of all 4 queens, and you're very much in your feminine energy at the moment. So a feminine energy, in the sense of tarot, is someone who is attracting, they are not chasing. It's not a bad thing. It's just represents one who's the Queen of Cups, the Queen of Swords, the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Pentacles, and they're very high value. You know, the Queen of Wands is someone who's motivated, highly driven, ambitious, seductive. The Queen of Swords is someone who's intelligent, strategic, you know, wise with words. They can think on their feet. They have good diplomacy. They're honest. They like to serve the community. The Queen of Pentacles is a solid provider. They enjoy beautifying the home, buying nice things for others, spoiling others. They're very, very generous. What am I missing? The Queen of Cups is someone who's an empath, very patient, very understanding. They're lovely and calm. They take the same amount of pressure as everyone else, but they don't offload it onto others. You know, they have a really open heart chakra, and they don't hold grudges. They let things go. When the Empress is reversed, it means that we are high value, in fact, but we don't feel like we're high value. And once you've had your heart broken, that makes sense, right? That just makes sense. Huge tower coming, if it's not already been. We had a huge ambition, goal or aim, and it's kind of proven difficult. It's been too challenging, and it's resulting in heartbreak. You know, change that we're not comfortable with. We feel like we weren't enough. So I wonder if someone's gone a bit cold on you or confused you, where it seemed like very much, how do I want to word it? Straightforward, black and white, clean cut, clear cut, in the bag, you know, not complicated. We view them as like high value, possibly a soulmate, and now we've got this tower moment and heartbreak. So despite huge perseverance, and that is the major arcana for Cancer, we've got a major arcana that's associated with Aries energy, fire energy, and all this heartbreak. The Empress is the major for Libra and for Taurus. It's shared. There's huge disappointment, and we feel like we're not good enough. And this huge change that's devastating, heartbreak that's devastating. So I think you wanted this to go a certain way. Let's see. Well, you've just missed how Capricorn's feeling, so I don't think you'll be too distressed by that. But let's see what this person's feeling like, okay? Because we know what you're feeling like. Ooh, yeah. I am good, you know. I am good at this. Look, 8 of Cups. So your person is going to end this. That's them walking away from this relationship. I'm so sorry, Capricorn, because I know you were really into this person, or you are really into this person. You believe them to be a soulmate. You wanted romance. You were looking to invest. You had really high hopes for this, and it's just really left you stunned. Or it's going to leave you stunned when this person walks away. Let's get 2 more for them, and I will get you messages from them and try to understand what's going on. Did you see how that jumped out my hand? Okay, in the challenge position, oh no. I'm just gutted for you, you know. Look, we've got the Ace of Cups in the challenge position, so when it's upright, that's a huge cup full of love, you know, filled with water. Water represents emotions. So that's being in love, okay? When it's reversed, all that water has poured out of that cup. The love has gone. So it may not be that they weren't in love with you, but they don't feel in love anymore, okay? They don't have love for this situation anymore. They're walking away. Let's get one more. It looks genuine. It doesn't look devilish or deceitful, but I will get clarification. The Hermit. They're going into deep isolation. This is the major arcana for Virgo. In the story of the major arcana, the Fool realizes that he must walk this part of the journey alone. The answers lie within him. He can't ask other people why he feels the way that he feels. He must work that out for himself. You know, where did I go wrong? Where did they go wrong? Can this be fixed? What do I want going forwards? You know, what kind of person, what kind of relationship do I want in the future? So it's a huge kind of like withdrawal of oneself from the dating game. So if you're concerned that they're dating someone else, they're not. There's not someone else. They're genuinely soul searching. Yeah, these are gorgeous, these, aren't they? I almost like missed out on using them this winter because they were tucked in a pocket on the side of my desk. I knew I had them somewhere. They're off Temu. Everything's off Temu. I'm always looking for new cards to place. Ooh. Okay, so in the outcome, we've got conflict, aggression. You know, this is fire energy. Ones are challenge, conflict, obstacles, but this is huge arguments. You know, it could be inner conflict or external conflict. So this could be, I've got really mixed emotions about this situation. It's bittersweet. I'm confused. I'm frustrated. Or it could be external conflict, like, sorry, too many people are getting involved. Too many people are saying what they think about my relationship, about our relationship. They've got in my head. They don't want us to be together, you know. When a relationship's struggling, everyone starts to have a say over what should happen next. And it's not their place to do it, but people do it, don't they? So it could be inner conflict or external conflict, okay? So much fire and water. It's all cups and fire in this situation. Let's get 2 more for the outcome. Goodness me, I'm tired. The World card. Okay, so there's a slight leaning towards being more optimistic. With the World card, in the story of the major arcana, the Fool realizes that better days are coming. You know, we must take life's rough with the smooth. There's going to be good days. There's going to be horrible days. Monday was horrific for me. I have no idea what I did to deserve children who are they normally just do what I ask, turning on me, answering back, looking at me like I'm dirt, you know, really like argumentative and quarreling with me and challenging me where they would normally just comply. So that was Monday. Tuesday, next day, nothing I did different. I didn't change. What I do didn't change. And they were fantastic. And you know what I mean? You just have like good times and bad times. One gives context to the other. You know, that ethical argument, that philosophical argument that you can't have good without evil, you can't have one without the other, because they give context. They give, you know, one's relative to the other. So it's like that, you know, the World card is about knowing that there's going to be good times and bad, and you can't really choose. It's just part of life, the ups and the downs of life. No matter who you're dating, whether you're single or married, single or in a relationship, whether it's this person or that person, everyone's getting good days and bad days, guaranteed. And we don't really know why it happens, but it happens. So this is all part of life, okay? It's a very philosophical card. It's upright, so that's good. So it's kind of an acceptance that, you know, life can't be perfect. The King of Cups reversed is... Well, the King of Cups upright is someone who's patient, forgiving. They don't hold grudges. They can wait for when the time is right. They're very caring. They're very loving. They're understanding. They have an open heart chakra, okay? When it's reversed, the opposite of patient and understanding is impatient, you know, and overbearing, unforgiving, holding grudges, bitter. So it's not that nice, the King of Cups reversed. But have you seen how much water we've got in this reading? I've got really no swords cards except for the Three of Swords. I don't really have... We had the Five of Wands and the Seven of Wands, didn't we? And some Aries energy with the Tower. But it's all cups and fire. We haven't got a single card of Pentacles after that initial Page of Pentacles on your side. And I don't know why that is, but it must mean something. There's a huge sense of this was very emotional, but we didn't build a lot. It was kind of more of a concept or the potential of what things could be. It hasn't turned out to be something that's materialized into assets, into joint property, into savings for the future, lasting generational wealth. It's not matured into that phase, has it? Let's get a message from them. They simply feel like the love is gone. They chose to leave, okay? They felt like they weren't in love anymore. And I think it's genuine. It's not because there's anyone else. They're actually spending time by themselves. You hurt me. Everything that happened hurt me so much. I need more time to heal. But they're the ones that walked away. Why are they saying that you hurt them? Oh, that's mad, that. For some reason, we had the 9 of Wands, which means, you know, it's the wounded warrior. There's lots of challenge. There's lots of delays. I'm going to have to dig on this one. Because you really wanted this to work with all your heart. I want you to choose. They feel like sex with you. Right, I'm gonna have to get clarification because they seem really pissed off, and like although they walked away, they don't feel loved by you, but like you do care about them to like a soulmate degree, and you pursued them, you started this, but they finished it, and they're mad at you. They're very sexually attracted to you. They want you to chase them. They want you to chase them. But I think you feel like the Empress reverse, like I shouldn't be chasing someone. Oh, it's such a shame. It's such a shame. See, the Empress is feminine energy. The King of Cups reverse is someone who's like grumpy, bitter, angry. They can't move forwards. So it's resulting in a total standstill, and it's just going to get worse until... But you actually both want to be together. It's actually quite distressing. Let's get the messy truth. You both want it, and yet you're both hurt and pissed off with each other. Used, then discarded. Thrown away, devalued, emotional trash. My God. I mean, that is the antithesis of the reading, because it's so many cups cards here. It's very rare for, you know, we've got almost like all of the cups cards here. Like, why? Why is there no practicality? Why is there no stability here? It's all emotional. It's not financial. It's not the Four of Wands, public relationship. It's not the Ten of Pentacles, you know, houses, cars, assets, businesses. It's not Eight of Pentacles, you know, intention to grow and expand into the future. Something practical is missing from this. It's very emotional. They want you to pursue them, and they've walked away because they feel like it's, yeah, like, you know, when someone says, well, I'm completely in love with you and I trust that you're completely in love with me, like I fully believe that, but why aren't you then marrying me? Or why aren't we then having a baby? Or why aren't we then buying a house together? It's that fundamental next step that's not being reached or offered, and so it's forcing the other person to go, I'm going to throw the gauntlet down then and walk away from this thing that I love, this person that I love, and I don't want to. I don't want to walk away from this, but I feel like I've got no choice. It's really sad. It's sad to me because I've been in that situation. I've left someone knowing I'm completely besotted with them. I know that they'd be a really good life partner, and they're not taking it to that next level. They're dragging their feet with it. So this is this person's perception, but they love you. It's so sad. So I'm going to have to get you a lot of advice for this one, because maybe it can be salvaged, right? It's the time, money, and energy that's missing. It's not the love that's missing. There's so much love here. Forgiving. They didn't mean to hurt you, but you're holding on to it. Forgiving helps you to get past it. Yeah, they are the King of Cups reversed, and they're saying you hurt me. You know, so they don't feel like forgiving you because they feel like they've had to walk away from this. Although they walked away, they didn't want to, but they feel like they've not been left with any choice. You know something isn't right. Don't be afraid to find out the truth. It will set you free. So we've got facing it. False hope tries to sell you a pipe dream, no substance, evasive. That's what they feel you've been doing, is promising a future, but it's all talk. You know, it's all like, this is their perception, but they just don't see you putting your money where your mouth is. Show off, needs to prove themselves, insecure, exhibitionist. All talk. Silver tongue devil, big flirt, no action player. Wow. See, it might not be that you were never going to offer this, but they might want it sooner and they don't feel like they can wait. So whether that's trying for a child, buying a house, eloping, getting married, whatever it is, didn't happen soon enough. And they feel offended by it. They feel like, you know, I'm third hand embarrassed to do the reading because I actually know what, you know, I've been in this situation. Copycat. I'm never really sure what this card's about. Maybe this person's like, you know, all their friends are getting married. Like, you keep going to everyone's weddings. They're like, when is it our turn? Maybe that's why it's copycat. Maybe all their friends are having babies and they're like, well, when is it our turn? I do feel like this person's like cut off their nose to spite their face. You know, like, well, if you aren't going to do this, I'm walking. And then they're like looking back in through the window where you are in the house, like, I didn't mean it. Maybe I can wait. Broken mirror. Let's have a look. Avoidance, in hiding, feeling guilty, no communication. They've definitely issued an ultimatum, or they will do if they haven't already. And you're going to be like, I'm just not ready to do that yet. But it's not because you don't love them, and it's not that you won't do it ever. I feel like that's a situation. Those seemingly coincidental events are actually prearranged. I erased every trace of you except in my mind. Oh. Yeah, look, they walked off and like they genuinely felt like they would be able to get over this, and they're just in deep regret. It's gonna like come back to haunt them walking away from this. I think I've missed one of the cards. Let's get this one. The cards are flying out. It's come out sideways, so let's read both. Secret desires, unspoken needs can plunge you into deep confusion. Open hearts, in vulnerability we talk and reveal, forging deeper connections through honesty. I'm hopeful that this can be sorted out. I'm hopeful this can be sorted out, guys. Let's get a karmic lesson. Detachment from outcomes, stop it. That's a mic drop, okay? Because we were talking about things like engagements, having babies, buying a house. These are the milestones that people obsess over. I need to be a young bride. I need to have 7 bridesmaids. Yeah. My friends are all getting married. I can't be getting married years after them. I can't be having children years after them. Someone's too focused on those end game goals and they're going too fast with it, but it may be like because of superficiality, because they're comparing themselves to others. Not because you're not the right person to do it with, but why does it have to be done by a particular date? Peace comes from surrender, detach from certain outcomes. They're heavily attracted to you. It's sex with you. I want you to choose. They want you to come after them. You know, in movies where it's like hella dramatic and they're like, it's over, and they're like walking down the street, like marching off, and it's pouring with rain, and then, you know, someone chases them down the street and begs them to, like, you know, and they force them to turn around. They're like, it's only you. It's that like wonderful like drama, and, you know, if you care about me, you'll come after me kind of thing. It's that. Yeah. They want you to carpe diem. They want you to seize the day and just drop everything, make a huge gesture. This literally happened to my friends. They were apart for a year because of it, because he had cold feet about getting married. And she was devastated. It was so embarrassing to everyone that they know. You know, they were like the perfect couple because they were childhood sweethearts, high school sweethearts. They like had been together for 9 years, you know, like they were really solid. And so we all held ourselves to like their standard and we wished that we had what they had. So then when she started to try to plan the wedding, he kind of like was very reluctant, and then one day he like came out with the fact that he had cold feet about it. And oh, it was just devastating. And it was bad because some people were trying to like encourage a breakup, and he just like, I just didn't want to like feel that way and not share it because I don't like keeping anything from you, you know. And it's just, oh, I felt so bad for him. His eyes were red raw. I've never seen a man that distressed before, like, ever. And she really, like, made him wait. And I get it, though, because it does a lot of damage. Maybe you shouldn't be that honest sometimes. Anyway, they're together. They got married. They've had 3 children together, you know, so just because you have time apart, even if it's a substantial amount of time, it doesn't mean that you're never going to be together. You know, if you've got such an emotional depth and like love for one another, it can be sorted out, but it needs some time sometimes, and it needs the right words, and you have to drop your pride on both sides, and you have to really be open and apologise for causing upset, embarrassment. It blew the Disney part of things away. And so I said to him, you know, you've got to make a really grand gesture, but I know that she's in love with you and she's not interested in anyone else. I know that for a fact. She's just hurt, you know, really fucking hurt and scared. So, he just like, he gave his time, like, you know, they would spend time together and slowly built up the trust again. But they were living in separate places for a good year. It really, sometimes people need to feel what it's like to lose that person. And retrospectively, you think, fucking hell, like, of course I want to marry them. Of course I want to share my life. I think more than anything, it was like the sense for a guy, it's the sense of responsibility because you're promising their parents, you know, that sounds old fashioned, but that is what everyone thinks in the UK and of course in other cultures. When you're walking, we still do that thing, don't we, where we get walked down the aisle by our father or someone that is giving us away, and it's on the shoulders of that young man to, or older man, whoever. It's on the shoulders of that man to promise to love and cherish in sickness and in health and provide, number one, provide. So I just think it was a sense of responsibility, if anything. But they're so happy now. Sometimes you have to have time apart to really know, no, it doesn't feel right without this person, like not at all, and I'm devastated. But it can be that people have, she had waited 9 years, so they were well ready to be getting married, but I know that I've got friends who've rushed down the aisle with just anyone because they were like, oh, I just can't wait to get married, because they wanted to have their wedding day, they wanted to have their photos. It was all about them, do you know what I mean? You know your situation, you know your person, you know if this resonates, but I can tell you that they love you. They're so attracted to you, like physically, they have not walked away for any reason other than they truly are hurt that this hasn't moved to the next level. It hasn't been solidified and set in stone. There is no offer of marriage. There is no having children. There is no joining bank accounts together. And you don't have to do any of those things if you don't want to. If you don't want to do it, then you don't do it, right? But if you love this person, it's important to them. There's some sort of step that this person wants, whether it's them moving in with you or, whatever milestone would be the next obvious thing. It's very important to them. And it's breaking their heart, like the fact that they've walked away from this. They fully want you to, like, come after them, like, all dramatic. What's the nature of this connection, please? Where's that gone? Free yourself. You don't need to be in control of everything for a love relationship to be successful. Oh my God, guys, Spirit is telling you, you can totally work this out. Just agree to, like, put it back a year, whatever it is. You love each other. Once it's gone, it's gone. You're going to regret it. You're going to regret it the way I regret it. And you think when you've got someone really amazing, you get on your high horse and you think, I can find someone just like this, but you can't. It's very rare to feel this way about each other. And it makes it worse when you get horrible scoundrels that waste your time or hurt you and treat you like crap. It only serves to highlight what you lost with this person. So if you do care about them, don't let your ego get in the way, like, go after this person. I'm telling you now. Why is this relationship receiving these challenges? Because it's time to follow your heart's whisper. And this whole reading is about heart, feelings, emotions, having so much love for someone, feeling so like this is your forever person, this is your soulmate. What are you waiting for, honestly? Stop worrying about shit and just do it. I wouldn't say that for just any reading. I'm saying it for this reading, because you know that I don't. The solar plexus chakra, guys, This is about assertiveness, confidence, boldly going. It's fire energy. It's about creating goals and going for them, taking action. Take control, take leadership, make it happen. I want to get relationship advice because I actually think that you're going to repair this. I'm just looking for the right box. Where is it? Is it that one? Yep. Are they the wrong way up? Yeah. Oh. Together, find joy in the simple pleasures of just being together. Don't have a conversation about the big shit, or if you do, make sure you get back to having these romantic times, because I think you must have lots that you like doing together. You might be, you know, that couple that are always holding hands. You might be that couple that wears matching clothes. You might be that couple that is going along on a tandem bicycle together, or you're that couple that goes to some sort of like, you know, rambling club or pottery club or painting or something together. You like going to museums together. There's a lot of togetherness, and that is what you need for a relationship with substance. Closure. Not all connections are meant to be. Accept closure. Accept closure. Butterfly. You will meet a new love interest at a party or a night out. So if you're sitting here like, no, that's not my situation at all, you might be the person that's going to meet someone new. You could have walked out of this and you're like, I don't want that back. You could be the cross watcher. Or you could be the person that's saying, well, they can make ultimatums all they want, but I don't want children, or I know that I don't want to move to their country, or I know, you know, I love them, but I will have to lose them, you know. But I honestly think there's a lot of people watching this that have got something really fantastic here. So that wasn't really the deck that I wanted. There's another one here. So this is the Deep Love card deck, and it's very good for relationships. Oh. Chain. Loyalty is the chain that links you together, unbreakable. Tide. Sail together with the rise and fall of the tides. Okay, so there's going to be good times and bad, but instead of turning on one another, come together. Okay, it's the two of you against the world, not the other way around. Magic. Discover magic in the mundane, making the ordinary extraordinary. Oh. Guys. I barely get to get these out because it's mostly like, oh, this person, you know, has done you dirty, or you hate them, you're over it. So it's nice to be able to use those. Because it's time to follow your heart's whisper. Solar plexus. Capricorn, it's time to stand up and be counted and go after your person. Chase that train, chase that bus, follow that car. Jump into their taxi as it's pulling off, meet them at the airport as they're about to leave. You need to go after your person, jump in a boat, right? Let's get a message from the universe. That is cute as well, because in the outcome we've got the World card, which is you must take life's rough with the smooth. Tide, sail together with the rise and fall of the tides. Your time is coming, everything is coming together for you, but you must meet the universe halfway. Hold only a bright and happy vision of yourself with successful outcomes, and don't allow your fears or insecurities to stand in your way. See, I don't think I'm going to get all the, like, mental health kind of cards out, because I don't feel like you're going through anything too terrible. I think this is really salvageable, honestly. Or should I do some of them? Eternity, give yourself permission to slow down. Stop. You've got eternity together. Why are you trying to get married so quickly? Why are you trying to have children so quickly? Why do you feel that you need to own a house together so quickly? You found each other, okay? The hard part is done. You've got eternity to achieve certain milestones. And the people that are running the three-legged race, trying to get themselves married young, be a young mum or a young dad, they've got themselves a whole load of responsibility, and maybe they haven't actually got the substance. Maybe it's like the hare and the tortoise, and they're the hare and you're the tortoise. You know, slow and steady wins the race. If you take longer with stuff, maybe it's more sure, maybe it's more certain, instead of rushing into it. You know, celebrities have got loads of money, so what, they get married after a few weeks of knowing someone because they're all exhilarated, and then they're divorced as soon as they're married. It's not necessarily the right thing to, like, focus on milestones. Just know that it's your person. The hard part's done because you found each other. Oh, it's very romantic, guys, this reading. It's very romantic. Should I do the advice or should I leave it? I don't know. I think that's fine. I think that's fine. It's cute. I like it. All right, take care, Capricorn. I hope this reading resonates. Hope you liked it. If you do, please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I will see you in the next one. If anyone wants a private reading, they're £18. You can direct message on Instagram or TikTok, or you can contact me on Gmail. It's jen3585@gmail.com. You can pay using PayPal, or I can give you my bank details. The readings are this length. It's pointless me saying they're shorter because I get really invested in them. And they just get longer and longer because that's just who I am. I do it because I enjoy it. What a nice reading. So romantic. You're welcome. Yeah, so it's going to be Aquarius next. If you're someone that enjoys the love readings and you're interested in having finance readings and health readings, those will be available for £5.99 a month. Each one's worth £18. And you would also get How to Read Tarot series as well. So that's a lot that you're getting for £5.99, because you would normally have to pay £18 for a business education finance reading. You would normally have to pay £18 for the Native American Indian medicine wheel and get your physical, mental, emotional and spiritual health check. And How to Read Tarot series, and I would normally charge for that as well. So that's coming up. I can't tell you exactly when, because I'm waiting for my tax number to come back from the US. I'm outside the US, so it takes months. But I'm just letting you know what's going to be available. I mean, money comes and goes. Sometimes you think, do you know what, I fancy that. And sometimes you think, I just can't do that, at the moment. It's absolutely fine. I really appreciate any likes, any comments, any shares that you can do for the channel. It keeps me going, cheers me up. I'm a full-time high school teacher, so I do this with the very little energy that I have left, because I don't have a lot. I actually got locked. I started to leave school that late. I actually got locked in the school last night. It was very distressing. I didn't realise you can get out the side exit, so I went to leave the front exit like I normally do and press the release button, and it just didn't open. I thought, I'm going to have to sleep here tonight, or I'm going to have to ring the police and be all like, English people don't like to make a fuss. We really don't. We'll try anything to avoid. Anyway, I managed to ring the caretaker, but I found a list of numbers, but it was pitch black. It was freezing cold. There was no one around. It was just creepy as, because even all the security lights were off. And that school had been set on fire, by the way. There's freaks out and about, so I don't want to. I just need to get home earlier. I'm too, and you just get stressed because the number of jobs you've got are building up and up and up. So I stayed and I just got right deep into everything. So I got the hell out of there today. I'm not staying around for the freaks to come out. I'm just not. Okay, let's do 3 shuffles for Aquarius. Apparently it was Blue Monday on Monday, so it's the most depressing day of the entire year, the 3rd Monday of January. Or it is in the northern hemisphere, because you just don't get any daylight. It was horrible as well. It was very oppressive. We should all be hibernating like the bears are. We shouldn't be out going to work and going to school when it's pitch black. I'd be happy to get up when I wake up and finish my working day a couple of hours later. I don't know what anyone else feels like, but why are we depriving ourselves of sleep? Why are we driving around in the dark in the morning? I'm so tired in the morning. I'm I think it's really dangerous. It's not good for young people's development either, because they're still growing and it's interrupting their sleep, isn't it? That's how I feel about it. Also a 3-day week. 3-day week, 3-day weekend, 4-day week. I think that would make more sense. I'm not getting like the rest that I need at the weekend, so then I'm just still burnt out when I go into Monday. I think the kids are the same. How many shuffles have we done? Let's make this the last one. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Aquarius's highest good. How is Aquarius feeling in this 3rd week of January 2026 with regards to the one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Aquarius is feeling, please. Aquarius, this is either the Ace of Cups because you're in love, or it's the Ace of Cups because you're exercising self-love at the moment. So let's get a couple more cards to find out. 2 more for how Aquarius is feeling. So we've got a stubbornness here with the Hanged Man reversed. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, so the Queen of Pentacles is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. When it's upright, it's generosity, it's working hard so you can spoil people, you can lavish them with gifts, so you can furnish your home, so you can provide. It's a card of abundance, okay? So when it's upright, it's very abundant. See all the fruit on the trees. It's a very productive, you know, I don't gamble because I can't stand the thought of throwing my money away and getting nothing for it. I would rather work more hours, have more money and spend more because then I get to buy more things. I want something for my money, okay? It's a card of productivity. This provides us with a sense of security. Like, I have everything I need and more. It was reversed though. So when it's this way, we're losing pentacles, we're hemorrhaging money. There's too many outgoings, and earth signs hate to be in this situation. And if you've got earth placements, you will hate it as well. You'll be constantly nervous, agitated, pissed off. The thought of having to go around the shops and count pennies to try to get just basics is just fucking horrible. I used to live like that. I don't want to live like that ever again. But we all have periods and phases in life where we're having to do that. But how nice is it just to go and, you know, like mooch around and think I can like afford to buy what I want here. It's such a nice feeling. It's horrible when you're really struggling for money, or, you know, worse, when you just don't know how you're going to pay next month's rent. You don't know how you're going to pay next month's mortgage. You know, you've defaulted on something. Oh, just horrible, horrible feeling. I do wonder if you're really struggling with money at the moment. The Hanged Man should be this way, okay? It's a card where the Hanged Man has put himself in a state of suspense. He's not moving, he's not on the move. It's a fixed energy, and it's trying to see things from another point of view, trying to look for other options, possibilities, you know, like trying to come to terms with maybe ideas that other people are coming up with, other solutions. When it's this way, it's a very stubborn energy, like, no, it's my way or the highway. I will fix it. I will sort it out. So you can see where I'm going with this, because as soon as I discuss each card, it kind of lends itself to the fact that you want to sort out this financial boo-boo alone, with dignity, with privacy, with confidentiality. You want to fix this by yourself. You don't want help from anyone. I feel like that's what it is. The Judgment is a call to act. I need to take action. My gut is telling me, like, not to hold back anymore. Okay, I need to take action because this is a war zone. You know, everything's got decimated, everything's in flames, everything's destroyed. There's casualties everywhere. We've got to do something to solve this situation. If it's not about money, the other thing that it's about is just a general sense of generosity, you know, feeling unforgiving, feeling like you don't want to give to a situation anymore. But I would normally get the miser for that, or it's not necessarily giving like angry, you know, like King or Queen of Swords reversed, or I do feel like it's to do with finances, security, stability, but wanting to deal with it yourself. It's like a very particular message. Let's get 3 for the one that you're dealing with. Perhaps it's self-care, I don't know. Or perhaps you're in love and you want to be able to provide for someone. But it may be that you're just focused on yourself at the moment. Let's see who's showing up for you. Right, they have got the Queen of Wands, someone very attractive, sexy. We've got more fire energy with the Strength card. So this is Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, the Queen of Wands, heavy Sagittarius energy. The Queen of Wands is someone who knows what they want. They create goals, they go for it. They're a leader, they take control. They're assertive. They can even be a bit bossy. Very, very confident, solar plexus activated. They can represent a third party energy, so the other man, the other woman, but they don't have to. The Strength card is the major arcana for Leo, so we've got a lot of fire energy here. This is a need to be emotionally strong. That polar bear is just, you know, colossal. He has all power, okay, in the physical sense, but he must exercise emotional control in this situation. The moon reversed is being so fearful. The moon, when it's upright, in the story of the major arcana, the fool realises that he must walk forwards anyway. There's going to be challenge, there's going to be obstacles, there's going to be delays, but we must just proceed. We mustn't be so afraid that we don't try. Now, when the moon's reversed, it's the major arcana for Pisces. It's all about fear and being overwhelmed with fear, overcome with fear, to the point where we just don't try. I'm just not going to try because I'm not going to manage it anyway. So what's the point? Okay, it's that kind of vibe. What if? The Page of Swords reversed is being closed off to a situation, because the Page of Swords upright is watching, waiting, observing, spying, trying to get knowledge, trying to get information, but without being seen. You know, she stood looking towards the horizon. She's got the fortress behind her. She's trying to be a good lookout, a watchman, you know. What can I expect? What can I try to find out and suss out without attracting too much attention. When it's reversed, it's like, I don't want to know. I'm going to block on social media. I'm not going to return messages if they text me. I'm not going to ask around if, we've got mutual colleagues or friends. I'm not going to ask about X person, or I'm going to tell someone not to update me. It's like turning away from the situation. So someone's got a lot of fear. They're very emotional. They're a confident person, but they're not confident when it comes to this. The Death card reversed, unfinished business. This person's just... They're buckling. They're a confident, ambitious person, but they're buckling emotionally when it comes to this. It all feels too difficult, too taxing, like on the emotions. Okay, the Eight of Swords, they're all up in their head. This person could have air in their chart. They don't have to, but there's a lot of swords here. So the Eight of Swords is mental entrapment. I can't get this situation out of my head. Night and day, every minute of every hour, I just can't stop thinking about it. So it's not that they don't care, but I think they're afraid that it's not going the way that they wanted it to. They're starting to give up. Okay, you can see the Six of Swords. It's like, fine, let's like leave it how it is. I'm gonna go towards like, whatever my future holds. It's like yielding to, whatever outcome seems to be evolving here. They don't feel like they've got control over this at all. Page of Wands reversed. Such a lack of excitement for a new person. They don't feel like being with anyone new. It's like they're just tired of feeling like this about this situation. So it's not that they're into anyone else, but they're tired of feeling like this about this situation. It feels like hopeless. They're not opening up about how they feel. They may keep it to themselves that they're getting over this, that this is, becoming a hopeless situation, and they're not communicating that with you. Because the Ace of Swords is clarity, a confession, a revelation, saying how we feel, revealing the truth, revealing secrets, becoming clear. When it's reversed, we're confused, or we don't want to share what we think, what we feel, what we want. It's just not. They could feel all kinds of ways about this, but they're not telling you that. You probably not heard a peep from this person, and you don't know that they're experiencing all of this, or you can assume that they're experiencing all of this, but they're not telling you that. Perhaps you know that this person feels this way. Let's get 3 for the outcome. It's not because they're excited to date anyone else. It's not because of that. But they just can't see a way out. They don't know how to fix it. And they're feeling all kinds of ways about it. It feels hopeless to this person. Like, in the outcome, we've got the 4 of Cups reversed. So that's a positive reversal. What I mean by that is The Four of Cups, when it's upright, is a nonchalant energy. So if someone were to appear and offer a cup of emotion to this guy with very beautiful abs, he's got his hands behind his, behind his back. He is closing his eyes. He's not going to jump up excited and accept the cup. He's just closed off, okay, to offers of emotion from others. When it's reversed, we're coming out of that closed off energy and we're starting to open up again, okay? So we've potentially got the precipice of change here. Ooh. Now, there could be arguments because we've got the Five of Wands and the Page of Cups reversed. Between your stubbornness and financial problems, potential financial problems, ego, pridefulness, and their lack of communication, their passive aggressiveness becoming aggressiveness, outwardly aggressive, when you do talk to each other, you could be in a point where you're going to find it difficult to communicate without getting angry with one another. Let me just plug my phone in. Let's get one more for the outcome. The Queen of Cups reversed with the Eight of Cups upright. Ooh. So you've got Queen of Pentacles reversed. They've got Queen of Wands upright. Queen of Cups reversed is like, I don't forgive you. I'm hurting. I don't understand. I can't understand. I'm pissed off. I'm confused. I'm fed up. I can't deal with this right now. And I'm going to be like resentful over this for a long time. It's that kind of like muddied heart chakra. Just not feeling like generous with emotion, not feeling forgiving. Huge sense of betrayal, disappointment, failure, depressed, crying, over emotional. If you think that is calm water, what is this? It's going to be stormy, it's going to be upsetting, dramatic, and then we've got this ending and it's just it's such a shame. This is a very dramatic scene, we've got very negative cards here. That Judgment card, it's just very intimidating, it's very destructive. We've got stubbornness, like frugal, like times, like harsh austerity, chaos. On this side, just total fear, emotions all over the place, giving up, confusion. It's very depressing. It's very, like, dramatic as well. Horrendous arguments, not being sorry, feeling bitter, and an ending. It's just brutal. Right. Let's get a message from them. My gut says they're going to end it. But you're feeling called to act in some sort of way. But I just think, yeah, look, lost. I feel lost without you. They're not walking away because they don't care. They're walking away because they're utterly fucking bewildered with what the hell's going on. It feels like there's no way out. It feels like there's no solution. They're not in control. They don't feel together or committed or like it's you two against the world. You're kind of like stubbornly dealing with shit solo. And so they're just on the outside like, I have not got a fucking clue like how this is gonna possibly get better, because yeah, it's someone that they've got fire in them. They prefer to help. They prefer to be included. They prefer to, yeah, look how like the light is just golden and glowing around this female, you know, whether you're a man or a woman, this is a powerful, energetic, optimistic, can-do person. They're made of tough stuff. They're stoic. They're like upbeat. You know, fight fire with fire. If you've got problems, don't you think this is the kind of person that could fight fire with fire? Oh, thanks, Fairy Redbeard. But instead of like working together, we've got arguments, you know, resentment. We've got fear. A lack of closure. Confusion. Secrets. And just this like giving up. Because what else can be done when someone's being this stubborn and keeping us out, you're keeping us in the dark? Maybe it's not all you. Maybe this person should ask what's going on. Maybe this person should prod you and poke you and force you to kind of include that maybe they're bowing out, you know, and that's because of fear. It feels like the pair of you are just not complimenting one another at the moment. Let's get a message from them. Oh, we got lost, didn't we? I feel lost without you. Oh, that's sad. No. What's the nature of this connection, please? Open yourself to love. It is safe for you to let your heart be seen. Don't be scared. Unbreakable love. This person has genuine love for you. You can overcome any issues that may arise. Oh my God, guys. The universe in this reading and the last one is like, don't give up. Do not let this fall down. It doesn't mean because something is difficult that it's not meant to be. It's very clear. You're the port in this person's storm and they want to be the port in your storm. And at the moment, you're treating each other like you're rocks and you need to stay well away from them. Like, it just makes no sense. That is not, when you support each other, you create strength, you pull resources, you lean in, lean together, push forward or weather out a storm. And when you're intimate with each other, you nourish each other, you regenerate, you galvanize, you can stay strong, like, against whatever, if you feel like together with your person. But you kind of like floating around separately and you're weakening yourselves by doing that. In a storm, if you grab onto each other, you can like create like a stronger structure, can't you? But if you just float around separately, you're just more vulnerable. I don't know why I'm using that, but it's just very stormy here. It's like very like difficult. But Spirit's like saying that it's not for lack of love. It's the way that it's being handled. It's the way that it's being handled. So I will do the same and I will get relationship advice cards because I wouldn't have done that, but it's telling you like this is an unbreakable love here. Let's get the messy truth. I choose me. Self-love, emotional maturity, clean break. Ooh, maybe that's why you've got the Ace of Cups. Maybe that's why they've got the Six of Swords. Because you've both gone opposite ways to deal with the problems that have come up. You've both kind of gone, I don't get what you're doing. I don't get it. And I feel hopeless. So I'm going to have to just look after myself because it's hurting me like too much to continue feeling like we're not a team. It's really sad. I feel sad about it. You deleted me. Cut off, digital closure, cold exit. Oh my God, that is making me want to cry. User not found. Have you ever had someone do that? Where they've like blocked you after doing something shitty to you? That's horrible, That's horrible. Oof. Mechanical, going through the motions, checked out, routine. Awakened rebirth, become conscious, stay aware, and embrace the renewal of your essence. Like, when things haven't gone how you thought they were going to, You have to just put one foot in front of the other because your emotions are so fucked. Your nervous system's just shot from crying or feeling down, or your brain's fried from overthinking. You just end up living life like there's no real, like, okay, you're being productive and you're being functional, but it's not like done with huge happiness or passion or desire. It's like the thing that should be making you feel thrilled is terrible. So it's like this weird, like, conflict of emotion. And you try not to think about it and just get on and stay busy. I think that's where the mechanical stuff is coming through. Hidden thorns, look beyond the romance to discern true intentions. Yeah, has this really got legs? Is this like a toxic way of dealing with problems to fall apart rather than come together? Why are we turning on each other instead of working together and staying like a little team? You should, like, when there's problems, you should, like, be a little unit that comes together. You shouldn't be falling apart or, taking out on each other or withdrawing from one another. But it feels like that's what's happening. I don't take questions in the chat, but I'm happy to do a personal reading for you if you want to book in. Already knowing the tea. This could have happened before, This could have happened before where you feel like a sense of, like, I need to withdraw from my person, or my person's, like, not talking to me. They're becoming, like, uncommunicative, but I know they're feeling all kinds of ways. Because this person isn't great with communicating how they're feeling. They tend to hide it. And you're wanting to be stubborn and deal with things by yourself, like finances and stuff. But they hate that you're, like, not letting them help you. So, but they don't say that, or, you know what I mean? It's just like, oh, this could be happening a lot, like, where you're just not complimenting each other in how you deal with things. It's actually a clash. I've done them. Our connection is intense and it scares me. It's not for lack of love, guys. There's so much love there. Let's get a karmic lesson. Becoming your own guru. Your wisdom is within. Yeah, the clash. Becoming your own guru. Your wisdom is within. You could each have toxic ways of dealing with stuff and say this is, yeah, let me get whispers of why. This could be a lesson. Is like, that you've got a habit, like, of, like, not going to others for help. Like, you're too proud. You push people away, you create distance, you keep them at arm's length, you ghost them. They could know that they have a problem with not communicating what they're thinking. They're thinking all kinds of stuff, they're feeling all kinds of ways, and they're not saying it. So it could be a case of, like, you both need to grow, and, like, the answers lie within you. So you need to go into isolation and think, like, have I handled this the right way? So it could be like both of you. Why is this happening? To prepare you for a miracle? To make space for something greater? Oh my God. I don't know which one. That was kind of stuck to the back of that one. This is happening to prepare you for a miracle, to make space for something greater. I mean, it doesn't have to be make space for a different person. It could do if you just clash with each other. But it could be like you need to work on yourselves as individuals and recognize the flaws in each other. You could be turning around, you know, end up saying to them, well, you do this, you don't talk when you've got a problem. Well, you do this, you ghost people when you've got a problem. And then you both sit there and go, ah, like you're reflecting, you know, this person's issues back to them and shining a light on the kind of like shadow work that they need to do. Does that make sense? And they're doing the same for you. Because there's going to be arguments. There's going to be like big time arguments and then a breakup. But it doesn't have to mean the end, because actually there's a lot of love here, but it's challenges like this, challenging times put a hell of amount of pressure on connections. So it's like quite purposeful, really, if you're not behaving the way you should do, to come together over problems like this. It's better to find out what you're doing that's falling short, and they need to find out what they're doing that's falling short and improve and work on it, because it said the answers lie within in that karmic lesson. Become your own guru, learn from your mistakes, like try to do better. It did say unbreakable love and open yourself to love. It's safe for you to let your own heart be seen. Don't be scared. You know, you can overcome issues that may arise. This person has genuine love for you, Aquarius. So they're totally lost without you. Like, there's something very special about you. So I wouldn't worry about superficial stuff, because you've already got their heart. If they end it out of pure frustration. Hi Vice Media UK. Guys, I don't take individual questions in the chat or pull cards. You can book a personal reading, or you can watch your sign or the sign of your person. They're the options. I'm not bothered if you feel that you want a live Q&A and you go to another channel. Like, I won't be mad about it. This is just what I do. Let me get the relationship advice cards. Let's do these first, just to like see what comes out. Long distance. Love knows no distance. It transcends time and space. Okay, so I think that also equates to time apart, doesn't it? You know, you can be like not in touch with someone for a long time, and yet you do that with friendships, you do that with family. Like, it doesn't mean that you've lost love for that person. If anything, it can show you how much you miss them, how much you care about them, that you yearn for them. You can get hella homesick. You don't go on holiday or live abroad for a couple of years and go, do you know what, I'm just not asked about my family anymore. If anything, you're like, I'd give £1 million to be back home right now at my local beach or at my sister's house, or see my parents. Like, it only, absence does make the heart grow fonder. It really does. I didn't go, oh yeah, I'm not asked about where I live anymore back home. Home gained value. It became richer to me, you know? Right, let's get some relationship advice. Straight out. Listening. True understanding starts with listening and silence. So you could each want to talk over, over the other when you do come to have a conversation. It's making me giggle a bit because this is often what happens, isn't it? After distance, when you do talk and you do open up, there's that much. It's like opening the floodgates and you're like, no, let me speak. No, it's my turn to speak. And suddenly it's all coming out and then it's like uncomfortable to hear it, isn't it? And it's, yeah. Try to hear one another out. Try to see one another's point of view. Try to wait until the other person has said that much that they're literally sitting there like, well, have you got anything to say about that? Because if you're someone that interjects or talks over or looks like you're not really listening when the other person's speaking, that's not being a good listener, is it? That's being rude. It's not really being open to seeing another point of view. It's just having an agenda that you need to push what you think that is the right thing and you want them to see that you're right. But we should both be sitting there and just, or standing there and just, when one person's talking, just let them talk until they've literally got nothing else that they could possibly say. Because people think of the things that they want to get off their chest, and then when it comes to it, it's almost like they haven't got enough time to say what they really want to say, or it evolves as it comes out, isn't it? Or even if they just say one sentence and then they stop, like, you've waited, you've not interrupted, you've not talked, Dave, you're not disregarded. That's what would happen at a mediation. That's what would happen at like couples therapy or counselling, relationship counsellors. They would encourage you to listen, to not interrupt, to not disregard, and to take a little bit of time to think before speaking, or be more vulnerable instead of reacting, like respond and allow yourself to be vulnerable. I don't know. I do know, but you're gonna have like a really important conversation, but make it be a two-way conversation that's respectful and really hear each other, because it just feels like there's so many feelings and so much frustration that it could get really unproductive, like when you finally do communicate. It's such a shame when people get angry and then they think, right, well, when we do speak, I'm just going to have a massive go and then I'm going to end it. And, it's not really what you want, but sometimes you can take it to that extreme because it's your ego kind of wanting to punish that person for upsetting you. And you don't really want to finish with them. And then you end up saying all sorts because it's nice to feel powerful. It's nice to take back control. You've got the stage, you've got the floor, and now you're going to do your thing because maybe it's been really difficult to get in touch or to have time together. And such a long time's been spent like feeling frustrated, feeling angry. There's a lot of anger here, a lot of emotion. True understanding starts with listening in silence. I forgive and let go with grace. Okay, so use your heart chakra. Don't hold grudges. Don't count all the things that this person's ever done and go on and on about it. Just try a different way of dealing with it, okay? Let them say what it is that they want to say, however long that takes, because some people can't organise their thoughts that well. Some people have stutters and stammers. Some people get really nervous and they can't think in the moment. Some people will get, very awkward if they have to be vulnerable. So they know what they should say, but then they just won't say it. So you need to just be calm and hear this person out fully. Try to use empathy. You're an empathetic person, but you're both invested in winning the war at the moment. Got that uncomfortable. And it shouldn't be a war. It shouldn't be a competition. It should be working together, supporting each other, opening up, being vulnerable. Let's get messages from the universe. It's a long shuffle, isn't it? The journey wasn't the smoothest or the most pleasant lately, but everything is coming together. Your patience, strength, and perseverance will soon be rewarded. The wait is almost over. Hold on. Oh, that's really nice. So the universe wants you to know that you're in good company. They know that you've had a really shit and challenging time of late. This could have been going on for, a long time, this bad phase for you, Aquarius, like really, 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 really tough going. But it's almost over, okay? It's almost over. They want you to hold on, okay? Right, because you could be really struggling at the moment, I am going to get advice cards for you because I feel bad for you. So this is general advice now. Goodness. I overcome my imperfections, polish my character, and feed on the positive. Thus I free myself, allow my goodness to manifest and become a source of joy. Through gentleness, I offer unconditional support, understanding, and love to myself and to others. That's the heart chakra. That's beautiful. I love these cards, These are healing energy oracle. Really, really nice. Okay, this one is look for your own power center. Thank yourself for what you do. During your workday, write down On small notes, all the things you've finished during the day. You can collect the notes in a glass jar on your nightstand at home. Write down even the smallest of things. When you go to bed, have a look at what you've written and thank yourself for even the small things you've done. Instead of thinking about all the unfinished things at work, pay attention to the stuff you've done. Gratefulness induces positive feelings, which in turn adds motivation to activity. And I think Aquarians, you are the humanitarians. You love to spread yourself thin and help as many people as you can, whether that's in work or in your personal life or both. You exhaust yourself. You really do exhaust yourself, and you are like liable to really like punish yourself for not being able to fix everything or everyone. And not have enough me time, not have enough downtime. That's not a luxury to do that. That's a necessity. So there's a reason this one's come out. You could be a bit of a workaholic. You could be someone that just believes that helping people is what everyone does and not actually seeing that as a very unique quality or something that you can occasionally do a bit too much of. Yeah. Write everything down on a list and put it the fuck down. Fold it up and put it in a fucking drawer. Okay? Do something that's just for you. It's not illegal to have fun, Aquarius. I trust the timing of my life. Practice patience today by not rushing any activities. Okay, we're not like running around anxious like a blue ass fly trying to get everything done. No, because all you do then is you get more stuff done, more tired, more anxious, and more jobs come up, so you just get drained. Okay, so be sensible about it. Pick a few things to do and then draw a line under it. The list can wait for tomorrow. Okay, maintain balance. Understand that life is exactly how it's supposed to be right now. Better times are coming though. I do like these cards actually. Maybe I should have done it for Capricorn, but I just felt like they didn't have such a lot on their shoulders. These are the You Are Not Alone deck. Trust grows in the space I stop trying to control. Oh. That's interesting, that one, isn't it? Or are you being a bit of a control freak? Are you obsessed with keeping your problems to yourself, keeping everyone else out, keeping other people at arm's length, dealing with stuff solo? If you enjoy helping others, imagine how you would feel if those others said, no, I don't trust Aquarius to help me. I'm going to put Aquarius at arm's length. Imagine how unfulfilling that would feel. Think about how amazing it feels when you're able to help people through mentoring, coaching, teaching, just being a really good listener, practically fixing things, you know, lending them money. If people never allowed you to help them, you wouldn't get that sense of enjoyment from what you do, fulfillment from what you do, altruism, you know, you won't feel that you're a good person. People allow you to help them, so why aren't you allowing them to do the same? Understand that it hurts people. It hurts them. It makes them feel sad, distressed, frustrated. They want to be there for you, Aquarius. They want to feel that you trust them with your problems, okay? That you trust them not to judge you. They want you to know that they are a safe space. They're on your side, for goodness sake. I'm thinking of an Aquarius that I know. Singularity. You are your own sun, moon, and stars, Aquarius. There's nobody like you. Sometimes you can worry about that, I think. Radiate, let your light shine through. Okay, you're not a burden on anyone, so I wouldn't worry about that. There's nobody quite like you, so don't keep yourself away from everyone. Don't punish yourself for having, you know, like certain problems at the moment. We all do it, we all go through it, and we all come out of it. Well, it's better to do it together. I think Aquarians can be very social, but you also can ride solo and feel on the outside of everything as well at times, so just know that there's nobody like you. You know, this person feels lost without you, so you're obviously very charismatic or caring or something, you know. Imagine that you're having money problems and no one cares about that, they just care about you. Imagine how high value you actually are. I'm just trying to think if I've pulled everything. I think I have. Take care of yourself, Aquarius. I hope this reading resonates. Please give it a like, share, subscribe, follow, repost, support the channel, hype the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. We're going to do Pisces next. If anyone wants a personal reading, they're £18. You can direct message on TikTok or Instagram. I have like a 24-hour turnaround time, usually. The readings are as long as this one if it's love. They tend to be a bit shorter if it's like a general past, present, future, whatever comes out, or business or health reading. They're a lot shorter. But with love readings, they're always this long. I say they're not going to be as long and then they just are. But I get really into it, so. Memberships will be available in a couple of months. There'll be a finance reading worth £18, a health reading worth £18, and a how to read tarot series, which I would usually charge for. So you would get all that for £5.99. It's a bargain, and it's quite nice to have readings that aren't always about love. However, if that's not something that interests you, or you're worried that you'll have to start paying to watch love readings, that's not the case. Love readings that are collective will continue to be weekly and completely free. I don't do extended because my readings are extended. We excavate in my readings. We get to the earth's core with my readings. It's sad, isn't it, when you think how many people are are in love and have such a deep love for each other and they're apart, not talking to each other or arguing with each other or confused, feeling like the other person doesn't care, and it's so sad. I think there's so many people feeling like that right now. That no was quite red and angry, wasn't it? I don't know what that means. No. Okay, let's go Pisces. Yeah, these cards are like double-sided. I just fold them. But there's really nice stuff on the backs as well. Okay, let's do 3 shuffles for Pisces. Spirit guides, universe and angels, please stand beside me and guide me for Pisces' highest good. How is Pisces feeling in this 3rd week of January 2026 with regards to one they're thinking about, dealing with or manifesting in? 3 cards for how Pisces is feeling, please. The Love is reversed. That's not nice. I don't like that. So the Lovers upright is the major arcana for Gemini. The Lovers are more important than 6 of Cups or 2 of Cups. The Lovers is 2 people that have agreed to a soul contract. They agreed to it in the 5-day, that they would have a relationship in the 3-day. Okay, so it's destined. It's not like 2 people started dating and they've just fallen for each other, because anyone can do that, really. You know, you can fall in love with a narcissist, you can fall in love with a player. So falling in love after dating or whatever, it's not that hard. It's actually pretty easy to fall in love. But the Lovers, they are destined to be together, okay? It's very special. When it's reversed, we feel like it's unrequited love, though, because this way up, they feel the same for one another. When it's reversed, one person feels that way and the other does not. So I wonder if you feel deserted by someone, or like you've realised they're not your person and you thought that you were the Lovers, you know? Ooh, the 10 of Swords. The Fool. Judgment reversed. Hanged Man reversed. No, it's the Hanged Man upright, isn't it? Yeah. 8 of Pentacles reversed. The Justice reversed. 9 of Cups. Yeah, definitely becoming single. This has been way too painful. This has been brutal, guys. Like, that picture is not pretty. We've got like a headstone or tombstone or coffin, We've got 10 swords. That tree is like, it's either barren or it's burnt to the ground. I think it's barren. We've got storm clouds, icy, brutally cold mountains, icy winds. It's just awful. It's a horror scene, right? Then we've got 10 is the end of a cycle. We've got 0. Look how much better. You got night and day, you know, hell and heaven. The light is shining on this person's face. They got their chin up. They're walking into like beautiful heavenly skies. They've got company in the form of a wild boar. You know, there's growth. We've got grass growing. We've got plants. We've got animals. We've got sunlight. This person just like so ready for new. They're ready for an adventure. The judgment reversed. See, the judgment upright is a call to act. We must take action. The judgment reversed is not really doing that, you know, ignoring a call to act. We've got the Hanged Man, which is standing still. Or hanging still, not moving, just being in fixed energy, trying to think things through, trying to look for, you know, have I looked at every angle? Have I looked at different perspectives when it comes to this? 8 of Pentacles reversed, no growth, no expansion. These people are working their asses off. They're highly productive. You know, they're working to a high standard. They're grafting. So this is usually when it's upright, it's looking forward into the future, saying I want growth and expansion with this situation. When it's reversed, there's no growth and expansion. The justice reversed, this is unfair, this is unjust. That's hot. The major arcana for Libra. God, I didn't even see that. When you get the justice upright, it's like the record's being set straight, rebalance, you know, things are getting put back how they should be. Justice is being done. With it reversed, something's unfair, it's unjust. Now we've got the 9 of Cups, like, I'm happy solo, thanks. I don't need, you know, to be with another person. Not if it's going to be that difficult. Not if it's going to make me feel like that. So you're becoming single because you realise this person don't feel the same as you, okay? They don't feel the same. The Hanged Man. I know we've had the Hanged Man, but there's 2 of those cards in this because one's like, I don't know, a little gesture made by the author. The Hanged Man upright. The Wheel of Fortune reversed. The King of Pentacles reversed. So we're holding ourselves in suspense. It's fixed energy. The Wheel of Fortune, when it's upright, is a period of good luck, good fortune. But when it's reversed, there's bad luck, there's misfortune, ill fortune. So some kind of toxic behaviour has ensued and we're trapped in a karmic cycle here. The wheel's not going to turn in our favour until we do the right thing, until we act accordingly, act appropriately. The King of Pentacles is, this is a very distrusting, ungenerous person, because upright, it's like, I want to shower you with gifts, I want to provide, I want to, you know, take the connection seriously, always be there, provide security, furnish the home beautifully, like, you know, make you feel abundant. With Pentacles, which is money, time and energy, but mostly money. When it's reversed, it's like there's pentacles are falling out the wallet, they're falling out the purse, they're falling out the bank account. So you may receive bad karma financially. And it's through some sort of action that you've taken. I'm just looking back at these cards because there's quite a lot here. Yeah, you failed to act. Maybe you left it too long and this person swindled you for money. And so you're so glad not to have them in your life and actually be single. This is just a guess. Okay, I will clarify. But it's leaving you out of pocket, and it could have, you know, that could be like your lesson to learn, the fact that you didn't take action sooner. Because I don't know why you would deserve bad karma otherwise, but when you ignore red flags and you keep going with something that you know isn't very good, and there keeps being drama, or this person constantly needs you to pay for everything, you're like exhilarated not to have the drama anymore, but you're seriously down in funds. So that's just one idea, because I'm not a fly on the wall. Let's get 3 cards for them. How are they feeling? The one that you're dealing with, or thinking about, or manifesting in. Queen of Swords reversed. Queen of Wands reversed. The Queen of Swords, when she's upright, is Gemini, Libra, Aquarius energy, air energy. She wants the truth. She's like, approach me, but be careful, because I'll swing this sword and I'll chop your head off if you disrespect me. If you disrespect me, if you try to swindle me, if you try to lie to me, if you try to be flirty and it's not appropriate in this moment, I will chop your head off, babes. Okay, like, I don't, I'm not messing. This is serious energy. This is logical. This is detached. Okay, this is not horny. This is not emotionally codependent. This is like, I'm ready to sever this tie. This is severing. Okay, so this is like giving it the chop, cutting the thread that holds you together, cutting the vines that bind you, signing paperwork for a divorce. The Queen of Wands, when she's upright, is one very determined, solar plexus activated. They're a go-getter. They set goals and they go for them. They take action. Very energetic, enthusiastic, self-motivated, solar plexus activated. Seductive, confident, sexy. When it's reversed, they could be very domineering. They could throw their weight around. They could blackmail. They could, say, you got to do everything my way. They could push you out or something. So it's really terrifying energy like that. It's really not nice. I'm getting like narcissistic vibes here. So we've got the 8 of Cups. So this person is pissed off, okay, and they are throwing their weight around. They're walking away. They're ending it. We've got a lot of the 8 of Cups in these 3 readings. The Capricorn, Aquarius, and Pisces. The 8 of Cups is like coming out like every time. The King of Wands upright. So we've had the Queen of Wands. We've had the Queen of Swords. They're going from feminine energy into masculine energy. So they're moving into more of a leadership vibe, thinking about the greater good. Feminine energy is powerful, but it also is nurturing. So it looks at the individual and how each person will be affected. Masculine energy can still be nurturing, but they're more concerned with the greater good. They're prepared to make sacrifices if they believe that this is going to be best for everyone, like as a whole. And King of Wands is upright. So this person ends it and then they're like, yeah, now I'm in control. Now I'm powerful. I've had the last word. I get to have my ego boost, Meanwhile, you're like struggling for money. And you know, you've been through the Ten of Swords with this person. They caused you pain, humiliation, empty bank account, debts even. And that is your bad karma that you get. Knight of Cups upright, Three of Swords upright, the Miser, Four of Pentacles upright. How on earth does the Knight of Cups go with that? Because that's heartbreak. That is being, you know, pissed off, feeling something's not your responsibility, ungenerous, taking your time, your money, and your energy back from someone. I can only think that with regards to a situation where there was a lot of, the approach was romantic, the approach was love bomby. And what's actually occurred is we've been stabbed in the back more than once and totally betrayed. And now we can't afford to be generous even if we wanted to. Okay, so I'm getting like narcissistic vibes from this person. This person was gaining like financially from you. They could have really been parasitic and drained you, Pisces. It's not real love and you know that now. But you could have been like feeling weak when this person came along and like you wanted to be rescued. That's when you get a kick up the arse from the universe. You're not allowed to ask for a knight in shining armour, whether they're male or female. You have to sort your own happiness out before you can date a lovely person. The universe will not let you recover by letting someone else rescue you. It's not allowed. So you get sent a toxic karmic who crosses every boundary until you stop it. The Ace of Wands, they're going to try for a rebirth of this connection, okay? They're not really gone. They're going to say, right, that's the end, it's over. And then that'll give them a big, like, ego boost. And then they're going to, once you've had your heart broken, they're going to try and, like, start over with you. Because they actually need money from you. You're their supply. You might compliment them a lot as well, so they might feel good off that. You might be a really nice person to be around, so they just benefit from that as well. You might have a lovely family in a nice home, so they benefit from all of that. They might feel more respectable because they're running around with you. They're being seen out with you. They're having photos with you, so that makes them more respectable. Okay, so what's not to like about that? Meanwhile, you're getting the Ten of Swords and the King of Pentacles reversed, like empty pockets, empty bank account, debts. They're going to try and propose, guys. They're going to try and propose. They're going to offer you some kind of major, like, level up, move in together, buy a house together, have a baby, get married. Usually, when they love bomb, they drag you down the aisle as fast as they can. And then, you know, it's like they can't get there fast enough. And then the shit hits the fan then. Okay? Because they've got you then. So I would not, I'm sorry, but I really would not allow them to try to have a rebirth and propose to you. I really wouldn't. I don't get good stuff from this at all. Tell them where to go. That's just even better for them. They're going to be like, yes, fantastic. Now I get a house as well. It just gets better for the karmic As long as you take them back, as long as you put up with it and look away from all the shite that's happening, all the drama that's happening, just gets better and better for them. Brilliant. Now I'm successful too. Now I've achieved as well. Now everyone looks up to me because I'm married. Now everyone looks up to me because I'm a homeowner. But they'll try and take your home from you. They might try and hit you while you're in it. They might try and sell drugs from the home that you buy together. Invite weird people around. It's just going to turn into an even bigger nightmare. 10 times worse. Don't do it. I don't get a message from this person. It's going to be a load of shite. They're going to love bomb, guys. They're going to love bomb. They're going to buy you things. They're going to write poetry for you. Oh, they're going to come off like just so generous. That money's other people's money. They'll be sleeping with prostitutes behind your back. They'll be, you know, selling drugs, taking drugs, drinking too much, getting angry, smashing up property. Any law you can think of, things I don't want to even say out loud, they're doing it. The way that they get you is by buying things for you at the beginning, is by lying about what they've bought for other people, saying they've bought it for other people and they haven't. It's all smoke and mirrors to get you to do this. Don't do it, please don't do it. I just feel really strongly that this is not a good idea at all. My toxic karmic used to wash my hair for me. I never had a guy do that. He wrote poetry for me. I never had a guy do that. You know, it's not like someone just walks up and starts smashing the place up and then you're like, oh, do you know what? I fancy some of that. They don't do that at the beginning. They don't do it at the beginning. It turns into a fucking nightmare within about 3 months. And it just gets worse and worse and worse after doing all this stuff. And you feel so like annoyed because you're so exhilarated when they do the nice stuff because no one's ever been that nice. Maybe you've been treated really good in relationships, but they'll go to like the nth degree. And then you're already in it, aren't you? You're already in it. In it. Well, they may feel like they love you, but I don't think they are going to treat you like the person that you are, like someone that deserves to be treated. If you end up out of pocket, it's not a healthy love. If you end up around violence, it's not a healthy love. If you end up in trouble with the law by association, it's not a healthy love. If there's constant drama, it's not a healthy love. It's just not. You're going to find it difficult to get away from this person. They're not going to want to stop. They're going to keep going till they get to this. They do something called hoovering as well, where they get everyone that they know to like speak for them and like what's the word? it's my work bestie says it. She says in it. You know, they get family, they will get their own children, they will get brothers and sisters, they will get cousins, they will get nieces and nephews, aunts and uncles, mums and dads to vouch for them, to pester you and like persuade you that they're such a lovely person. Those people are numb to it, and let's be honest, it probably gets them off like their back if they get back with you, because they don't have to pay for them anymore, they don't have to be around them as much. They're hoping that someday this person will change and finally stop being psycho. They can't get rid of them. When that person goes into jail, everyone breathes a sigh of relief for a while, and no one wants to admit it, but things actually calm down when that person's in jail. That's what jail's made up of. People that are just nothing but trouble, and, you know, when they come out of jail, it's their family and their friends that they go looking for, and it's you that they go looking for. But, you know, thankfully, we're not bound to a person like that. They will, you know, say like, you're my mum, you're obligated to love me unconditionally. But to a girlfriend or a boyfriend, no, you're not obligated at all. So that's why those people are like, yeah, they're really nice, honest, because they have to put up with everything being smashed up if they don't do that or say the right thing. They have to pay even more money for that person, so they just go with it. They go with it. Tangled web, convoluted justifications, caught up, entranced. There's other people involved. This person's shagging other people, and I'm sorry, but I'm saying it in a disgusting way because I'm not going to let you be involved with this person anymore. If this resonates with you, they will do things that will make your jaw drop. You'll be like absolutely disgusted that you'd be like, how is that the same person? My person wouldn't do something like that. Love blocks, dismantle hidden barriers to real intimacy and trust. There's no real intimacy or trust, it's pretend. It looks exactly like, yeah, it's the cruelest joke because it looks exactly like intimacy and trust. But they're using your intimacy and your trust, and they're abusing it, okay? Usually one person will realise that you're really lovely and innocent, and they will blow the lid on all the lies on their team. Outdated, discarded, outdated, irrelevant, old news. Yeah, they just chew people up and spit them out. Desire, self-pleasure, sexual thoughts, intense feelings. A lot of them are sex addicts as well, because if you think that they get off on money, they get off on control, they get off on people believing them, they get off on attention, they're going to want multiple sources of that. So sex comes into it in a big way. Sex and money, attention. When someone dupes you and they trick you and they get away with it, they get off on it, it's twisted. I pretend I didn't care, but I see you in my dreams. What is the messy truth? The Holy Trinity. No contact zone. Enforced distance. Silence game still attached. Tea is cold now. No more drama. Over it. Past expired. Living in memories. Past replay. Stuck emotionally sentimental. I choose me. Self-love. Emotional maturity. Clean break. Karmic lesson. What is the karmic lesson here? The mirror effect. Others reflect what you need to heal. Fucking hell, I'm good at this. This person reflecting back to you that you're willing to put up with anything, okay? If they're handsome, if they're beautiful, you're giving them a free pass to walk all over you. If the sex is really good, they're giving you're giving them a free pass to walk all over you, to abuse you. If you just really want to be in a relationship right now and this person is promising marriage, you give them a free pass to walk all over you. Don't do it, okay? It's not too late to change your mind. Please do not let this person do this. Because your problem, you think you got drama now, add a few notes on. Best thing to do, cut all contact with them and any person attached to them. It seems unfair, it seems harsh, but you just got to do it. You got to swim for the surface. Root chakra, I am grounded. This is about safety, security, fear and anxiety melting away, regaining the strength, the courage to walk solo, to live in a 9 of Cups state of mind. I am happy solo. I'm not codependent. I don't require a boyfriend or a girlfriend. I can wait for a love that is healthy. I recognise that this is not healthy. I am very relieved to not feel like this anymore, to not be scared, to not be worried, to not be expecting impending doom, you know, because we've had a couple of weeks of quiet. There's going to be some horrific event. Just the cards are so, you know, it's so clear. Like 8 of Pentacles reversed, the Judgment reversed, the 10 of Swords upright, the Justice reversed, the Wheel of Fortune reversed, and it's straight after, you know, fucking Romeo's come along. King of Pentacles reversed. Heartbroken. Worse than ever before. Like, straight after Romeo or Juliet's come along to save me, you know. Oh, but they're going to make me, you know, they're going to make me so happy this time around. We're going to be married. We're going to have it even better. No. This person's reflecting back to you what you need right now, which is to gain the confidence and the courage to stand solo and peaceful in your, like, security, knowing that there isn't going to be drama, you know, tonight or tomorrow or in a week's time. You can regain money, finances can be recovered, but what you can't do is avoid the law. What you can't do is keep being around drama and expect there to be no more drama. You can get your sanity back, you can get peace and security back. You know, which one's preferable? You might do a little bit of that occasionally, thinking about the good times, but this is more serene, this is more stable, this is nice, predictable, safe, feeling confident, feeling good again. Oh, we haven't got Whispers of Why yet. Hang on. Whispers of Why. Why is this happening? Why are we having this lesson? To teach you patience, okay? Just because someone's dragging you down the aisle doesn't mean that it's a whirlwind romance and therefore it's more special or it's more secure. It feels like you're gaining security when someone does this and they constantly talk about, oh, have to put a ring on your finger. Like, they're doing that, like dangling bait in front of you. Normal people don't say shit like that. Not, we'll have to put a ring on your finger within like days or weeks of meeting you. Not a fucking chance. If anyone's doing that, they're a toxic narcissist. They can't wait to drain your bank account and hit you, smash up property, do all the dark stuff. They start off with this veil of wonderfulness and then all the bad shit comes out. Then it's fucking showtime then. Attract. Like the moon and the ocean, you attract good things into your life. Okay, so you bat away the bad stuff, you use your discernment, and then you get rewarded with healthy relationships. Thrive. There's enough space for the moon and her stars not to tear each other down. Imagine if all the planets were fighting with each other and at war with each other. They're not, are they? Everyone has their own space and it's all respected. And it all makes sense. It's complementary. Take charge. Don't wait for the stars to align. Reach up and arrange them the way you want. Okay, so when you feel disempowered, that's when you accept love in that's karmic. When you feel like I plan things to make my life enjoyable, I do things that I know are fun, that make me fulfilled, I invite people into my life who I know I can trust, who've got the best for me. I've started a side hustle, I have built my business, I have leveled up professionally. You do what you need to do to increase your own sense of self-worth. And then once you're feeling so fulfilled and so Nine of Cups, and you become Nine of Pentacles and abundant, then you get a healthy love. And not because it happens straight away, but you're fine being by yourself. You don't need anyone else. You're not codependent. You're independent. So to get to a state of being independent emotionally and financially, they're all the things that you do. And the more positive stuff you arrange and scheme, the more like the vibration just spirals upwards, and then people are just so attracted to you. Thrive, attract, take charge, root chakra, boom. Let's get you a message from the universe, and then I'm going to get you some nice like well-being cards, life advice cards. This stressful situation is almost coming to an end. We are sending positive energy, financial help, miracles, and life-changing blessings your way. Oh. Oh my God, it's only the blooming root chakra. Look at that. Inner strength. Nothing moves me from my path to the light because I have complete confidence in myself. I realize my innate qualities and abilities and know That with God I can do anything. All the power I need is within me. Serenity. Through love, release and inner work, I know peace. I have a gentle view of life and welcome every step with confidence. I remain brave in the face of fear and have the wisdom to let the universe do its work. Okay, so heart chakra, healing, letting go. Positive self-talk, empowerment. Forgive yourself for trusting this person. Forgive yourself for, seeing red flags and continuing it. You're only human. You've learnt your lesson. Forgive yourself for succumbing to, the good sex or the good looks or someone saying all the right things or promising things that they know you really want. Even without a plan, I still belong to the path. Oh. Just because you're like at a point where you don't know what you're going to do about everything yet, in terms of your future, it doesn't mean that you're not worthy of it. You will know what you want soon. You've had a big, I was going to say a big horrible time. That's terrible English. I've had an awful time and your trust is being completely abused, but that is the message. That is the warning. You heed it and, you put your guard right up and you thank your lucky stars that it wasn't worse, because it can always be worse. But you won't be the first, you won't be the last. There's nothing new under the sun. These things have always been done, and it's not really that they picked you because you're pathetic. They picked you because you are someone that goes to work every day. You are like stable. You have resources around you in the form of things and people who have their resources. You're valuable in many ways because you have many people that see you as high value, that would do anything for you. So this parasite, this person who's chaotic and crazy with no empathy and no conscience, pretends to have all the emotions you do, but basically just they're parasites. So it's not that you should be ashamed of who you are. They've picked you because they see you as someone who's functional, someone who will, whatever happens, keep going. So that's like a positive thing to think in this kind of a situation. They're not going to go towards people who are going to get that upset they can't function. They want their supply, they want their money, and you bring good money home. They want, compliments, and you're someone that's so confident you can compliment other people. They want someone who is popular because then you've got loads of resources. You've got it going on. That's why they came towards you. Okay, so don't be ashamed. Just think, I'm getting out of that. They can do one. They're not coming back. And I'm so glad I didn't marry it, or, I'm so glad I didn't have a child with it. If you do, it's going to be 100 times worse. You can still obviously get away from the person, but it's much harder. Thank yourself for what you do. Well, this one came out for Aquarius as well. During your work day, write down on small notes all the things you finished during the day. You can collect the notes in a glass jar on your nightstand at home. Write down even the smallest of things. When you go to bed, have a look at what you've written and thank yourself for even the small things you've done. Instead of thinking about all the unfinished things at work, pay attention to the stuff you've achieved. Gratefulness induces positive feelings, which in turn adds motivation to activity. Okay, so spiral upwards when it comes to everything you've learned, everything you've become. Spiral upwards. Don't have a setback and think, you know, I'm so dumb, or I'm so this, or I'm so that. If you ask any person, they've all had dealings with a narcissist. They've all been scorched by, you know, the flames of a narcissist. But everyone recovers from it. And there's nothing new under the sun, you know. This has always gone on, no matter what decade. But they picked you because they saw you as capable. They saw you as someone who's stable. They saw you as someone who is really well thought of. They saw you as a kind person, an empathetic person that is going to like take pity on them, okay, or see the good in them. So you're not a bad person, but you learn your lesson and you warn other people, or you be there for people when this happens to them. It's all experience, it's all learning. I feel like there's one more card to get for you. I think there's one more card to get for you. And then I might cheer you up by getting a new love, divine timing, but I don't know what it'll say. It might say, like, no, it's not the right time, or something like that. I am gentle with myself and recognise my beauty. Write down 3 things that make you unique. That's a really good thing to do, because your self-esteem plummets and you can't believe that you be betrayed on so many levels by this person, and that you let them be around your family, the people you love and care about. You're disgusted, you know, when you find out the true extent of what they've done behind your back. So it's very, very damaging. It's like, it gets worse because it's just like you find out more and more layers of shit, and it's just horrible. But you get, you know, cut it all off, get distance from it emotionally, literally, and you'll get your sanity back really quickly, because you are a stable person. You are someone that has stability around you. You recover so fast, and you can get back to your life how it was before. But they'll always be them, won't they? They'll always be them, and you'll always be you, which is fantastic. Divine timing is at play. I think, guys, you're going to learn your lesson. You're going to give this person a heave-ho, and I think you'll be rewarded, you know, like by taking care of yourself, fly solo for a while, put your guard up, really use your discernment, and just find your own, like, fulfillment in your own life. Have an eat, pray, love year. Do things you've always wanted to do. Book in small stuff. Book in trips of a lifetime. Live your life, be happy, achieve stuff, and you'll realise you actually don't need anyone. And then you won't be taking in someone like this. I'm not saying you knew what they were, but it was like you just wanted a relationship so bad that you accepted it. Okay, once you started to see the bad stuff, you accepted it anyway, because it's like, well, I just want a boyfriend, I just want a girlfriend. Right, I hope this resonates with some people. Don't worry if it doesn't, it's not your story. The universe tries to help people that need it the most, and someone is dealing with this situation. Don't forget you can watch the sign of your person. If you want a personal reading, it's £18. You can direct message on Instagram or TikTok. You can message me via email on jen3585@gmail.com. It's in the channel description. If it's a love reading, it'll be this long. It'll be a long arse reading. I'll record it and upload it onto YouTube, but only you can see it, because you've got to have the link to see it. That means, you know, it doesn't matter how big it is, you can watch it as many times as you want to. It's always in the same place. Memberships are starting around March time, when I get my tax number back from the US. for £5.99 you will get a finance reading worth £18, a health reading worth £18, and a how to read tarot series. It's an absolute bargain. So that's not available yet, just for those like reasons that I just explained, but I'm making you aware, okay, ahead of time. Love readings that are collective will remain weekly and completely free, so don't worry about that. I won't be doing anything like, 10 minutes and then you've got to pay for the rest, because that's just shitey to do that to people. Hopefully I'll get to a point where I get some money from ads or something like that, so that they can, you know, they'll always be free anyway, but hopefully I'll get paid for them. Right, I am going to tidy up these cards. I hope you enjoyed your time with me, and I hope you can have a peaceful sleep or a bit of downtime, unless you're doing a night shift or something, and then have a kip when you get home. Please drop me a comment. I'm aware money comes and goes. You don't have to do a membership. But sometimes you think, yeah, I want readings that aren't to do with love. I'm sick of like stressing about love. Or I just feel like I want to know about those things as well. If you don't, just give me things that are free, like comments, likes, subscribe, you know. It all keeps me going. Thank you so much, and thank you to Varying Redbeard, my resident mod and Viking. Keeping out with trolls. We didn't get one troll tonight, did we? I don't think we did. I think there was one message where I was like, I don't know what that means, but mostly nice people. I will split these up and upload them as separate readings, just so they get through the algorithm a second time, but I don't do lives on TikTok because I can't save them. When I do lives on here, I can post it onto TikTok, so I cannot wait to go to bed. It's not really because I'm tired, my body's tired. That's my alarm to say go and relax now. I'm legs tired, arms and legs tired. Double busy. Yeah, when I dealt with a narcissist, I was actually so afraid to like tell people, and I wouldn't tell everyone, but I was so surprised how many people had actually dealt with one. They're all around, you know, and people weren't judgmental at all. They were actually lovely. So, yeah, so many people around me were like, oh my god, like pretty much the same story like happened to me. So they weren't judgmental like at all. So don't let the shame like isolate you, okay? Don't be too hard on yourself. People will be really, really, really nice about it, I reckon, if that is your story. If it's not, I apologise to the cross-watcher. But to be honest, the way all the cards were, I'm really quite confident that's what happened. Right, you are free to go. We'll be starting the All Signs again on Sunday, starting with Aries, Taurus and Gemini, so catch me then. Have a lovely evening, and I'll see you on Sunday.